Alright, so for unit 2.1 chemical reactions, for the learning goal before, I had it all red. Okay, but now I can confidently say these would all be green. See, okay, so I understand the law of conservation of mass and matter. Yes, I understand those both. Matter cannot be created nor destroyed, only transformed. Explain that the mass of a system will not change before and after a chemical reaction. So if you have a chemical reaction of mixing two things and it creates a gas, the mass will not change if it's closed, because the gas will stay and it'll just transform the matter into something new, but the mass will stay the same if it's closed. But if it's open and the gas is released, it will release maybe a gram or like half a gram or something like that. And that's if it's in an open system. And then for learning goal 2, I can balance chemical equations. Identify all parts of a chemical equation, reactants, products, the arrows, subscripts, and coefficients. I know what they all mean. Coefficient means you multiply that whole thing that's in parentheses by that coefficient and all that. Subscriptions mean you multiply that chemical by that. So if it was like 2 parentheses H3 parentheses, then it would be H times 3 times 2 because of the coefficient and the subscript. Explain the meaning of the arrow in the chemical equation. So the arrow is saying that, like, if it was H plus HE, then it would be, the arrow means yield pretty much. So if it was HE plus H arrow HE H, then that means H, and that means helium plus hydrogen yields or makes helium hydrogen or something like that. Define the number of atoms in a chemical formula. So you do that by the total number of atoms and whatever. So back to the prior thing I said of like the 3H2 whatever, or the 2 parentheses H3. So if there was another element with that in that equation or that chemical formula, you would add all the atoms together and that would be the total number of atoms. Generate a method for comparing the number of atoms to the reactants. So to see if this is a true equation, you would have to find the total number of atoms of the first one, of like each element in the first equation. Then on the other side of the arrow, you would find the total number of atoms or elements on that side, and you would see if it's an equal or if it's a true reaction. And then determine the correct coefficients to be used to balance a chemical equation. So it would say like H plus HE, and it would be yields 2H plus HE2, or 2H plus 2HE, and then you would have to figure out what the coefficients would be of those elements, and it would be 2, 2, obviously, because that was an easy one, just so I could explain it. And then learning goal 3, I can identify the 4 types of chemical reactions and recognize the signs of the chemical reactions that have occurred. Determine if a chemical reaction is synthesis, decomposition, single replacement, or double replacement. So there's actually a paper in here that would explain this really well. But decomposition is like if He and H yields He plus H. And then synthesis is like adding them together. So He plus H equals HeH. Single replacement would be, I don't know, like HEK plus H equals HEH plus K. And then for double replacement, it would be like HEK plus H FE equals FE plus H plus K plus HE. Wait. No, okay, let me re-say that. It would be HE plus HEK plus HEK plus H FE equals HEFE plus HK. Pretty much, and that's double replacement.